from the 39. Now Sowers becomes a sidewalker. They fake the flip. Now we're throwing. Across the middle, there's Duffy, and they don't connect. I'm not real sure what happened there. Duffy was going more post, and it was thrown, I don't want to say back shoulder, but it was thrown more outside than inside.
Yeah, it looked like, Ryland let that ball go prior to Duffy getting his eyes on it, and Duffy had a hard time finding it and tracking it and didn't see it until ball was on its way down. I think that if he'd have seen it out of Ryland's hand, he might have had time to adjust to it.
Right.
But he didn't get it right out of the hand, and so by the time he saw it, he wasn't able to fade to it. Rangers taking a shot there, but it'll bring up a 3rd and long.
So 3rd and 11, like 2nd and 11 with the incompletion. Both receivers far side. Fake it to Sowersby. He's throwing to Duffy, and it's off his fingertips and goes incomplete, so it's 4th down.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to run like a back shoulder fade, but Magnolia West jumped into a cover 2, so they had a corner underneath and a safety coming over the top. And actually a really good ball by Ryland, giving Duffy a chance there. A little bit high, but that was forced because of underneath coverage. And so he put it the only place his receiver had a chance and didn't want to run the risk of an interception. So Rangers, after initial first 2 good plays, getting a 1st down, looks like they'll be forced to punt now.
So Amaya on to punt. Low line drive will get some roll and go inside the 20 to, we'll say, the 17 is what we'll mark it. So a good punt of about 43 yards. Ball sits at the 17-yard line, and that's where Magnolia West will go offense for the 2nd time. Now with 5:46 to go, the 2 incomplete passes allow us to possess the ball for really less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, Magnolia West with their first drive down the field. Defense stiffens up, forces a field goal. Smith Valley offense comes out, gets a 1st down, and then kind of stalls from there. So Mag West with their 2nd offensive possession.
They'll hand it off. No, they'll throw it to the far sideline. A good fake of a handoff. Coverage is good. As the Rangers stop the receiver after a gain, let's see, they'll mark him almost 4 yards. I don't know that I saw him get to the 21, but that's where they'll mark it. It's 2nd down and 6.
Pretty generous forward progress given there, but good hustle by Dudzikowski from his outside linebacker position, hustling out there on the quick screen, making the tackle.
Play action again. Pressure in the middle. We miss him the first time. Now we're going to wrap him up before he gets back to the 20. That was Maynard on the blitz.
Yeah, Coach Worsty dialed up some pressure, and I'll tell you what, pretty good job by their quarterback Broadway just to escape the initial pressure and salvage only a 1 or 2 yard sack there. Could have been 7 or 8, so pretty good job by him, but good pressure by the Ranger defense to force a 3rd and long.
So 3rd and 7, just inside the 20. They've got trips down to the near sideline, a single receiver far, and the back still looks to be Sigler. Broadway takes the snap, short drop, has some pressure, tries to escape it, gets out of the first run, and slides. If they mark his slide where he started it, it won't be a 1st down.
And they did.
They did go back.
It correct. That's good.
On the far side, I'm sure our coaches were hollering at him because he started to go up to almost the 30-yard line, then he stopped clear back at the 26.
Yeah, but to their credit, even the line judge on Mag West's side, he marked it right in that exact same spot. And so credit to those guys. That's such a tough way to read, but anytime the quarterback goes feet first and you want to protect that guy, then they're going to mark it where the slide started, not where he landed. So good job by the Ranger defense to force what should be a punt here. They're playing punt safe with it being 4th and 1 just in case they want to get tricky and try a fake.
We'll see the snap. It is Smith is the punter as well. He gets the snap, has some pressure, not much, gets it off. Not a good kick as it goes out of bounds on the far sideline, and we'll see where they'll spot it as they work back. He's still coming almost to midfield, and I think that's where they'll mark it at the 49-yard line of the Rangers. It'll be good field position.
Yeah, really good job by the Ranger defense after a punt. The punt rolls inside the 20. Ranger defense forces a 3-and-out, and now the Ranger offense is getting to take over in better field position than where they punted from originally with only about 51 yards to go.
So on 1st down from the 49. Looks like Spradling's the tailback now. A receiver either side, but in tight. Walker turns around and says something. Gives it to Spradley. Runs straight ahead. Falls forward for about 3. I'll mark him down, it looks like, at the Magnolia 48.
A good downhill run there. Not sure whether it was a miscommunication or whether Mag West is doing something a little bit different defensively, but you don't see unblocked guys very often from this disciplined Smith Valley offense. That time they had a guy coming off the edge free. Good job by Spradlin making him miss and picking something up, but they're jumping in and out of some different defenses and stemming their fronts.
So 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far. We fake it to Spradley and throw it to the far sideline. That's Duffy. Makes the catch near first down yardage, but about a yard shy. Well, we'll see where the spot is. They're going to give him a first down inside the 41.
Yeah, Duffy's gonna rest well on the bus ride home tonight. He's playing every snap at corner, and he's probably going to play just as much as he can handle at wide receiver with Freddie not playing tonight. And so you'll see Duffy. He was obviously a big part of this offense even coming into this game, but he'll have to play an even bigger role tonight with Freddie out for the evening.
2 receivers again to the near side, along with a tight end here.
Playing corners over.
So they finally had to bring someone over. And we hand it off, and there he goes. Spradling with nearly a first down run as he's shoved out of bounds, but not until he gets to the 30-yard line, and that's another Ranger first down.
Yeah, it's interesting. We had 2 wide receivers to the wide side of the field, and instead of kind of having a corner cover one, a safety cover the other, they went corners over, brought their corner over, and so it's very apparent what the defensive game plan is for Magnolia West is we're going to man up your outside receivers to keep our front 7 guys and our safety simple and support the running game. So we'll see how that progresses for the remainder of the night.
So again, split receivers. Walker wants to throw. He's got a stop route by Day, who comes back and makes a great catch inside the 15, plus the face mask with a couple of flags. Rangers will have the ball inside the 10-yard line when all is said and done. Coverage on the play by cornerback Brock Zazniak. Say that 3 times real fast. And Rangers will have first and goal.
Yeah, great throw by Ryland. Great job of the timing on it. He's so good at that ball right there. And we mentioned Duffy having a big role on offense. Obviously, Day is going to have an expanded role tonight as well. And first ball to him, he delivers, getting the Rangers inside the 10-yard line with the penalty.
So first and goal from officially the 7. It's between the 8 and the 7, but we'll mark it at the 7, first and goal. Walker with 2 receivers near side along with a tight end. A delay handoff. Spradley follows the H-back and gets inside the 5. He's still fighting. They finally wrestle him down, but not till he's at the 1-yard line. Cade Spradling, he has, what does he have? 611 yards coming in. Sowersby 735, a 1-2 punch that probably couldn't be any more different than 2 running backs could be, with Sowersby a more of a bruiser. As Spradling, is that Spradling?
Yeah, his helmet came off. So
Sowersby coming back in,
Sowersby has to come in for a play because Spradling got his helmet taken off. So it'll be second and goal from the 2.
So the Rangers again send 2 receivers this way along with a tight end. Sowersby up the middle into the end zone. Brad said, thank you very much, Cade, letting me get this one. He has the touchdown lead. He's got 13 now. Spradling had 11, was on his way to tie him up with a dozen, but the Rangers go up 6-3 with the extra point to come.
Yeah, great response by the Ranger offense after the defense gives you a 3 and out in a short field. You always want to pay that off. Phenomenal job by them, a mixture of running and passing. Ranger offensive line figured it out after that first series. Mag West is doing it, jumping in and out of a bunch of different fronts. They communicated very well, put together a good drive, go down and take the lead.
Amaya on for the extra point. And it's up, and it's no good.
Missed it wide right.
Came to the near sideline.
Tell you what, Temple Stadium here, they got the fancy lights like they do at the college stadiums that go on and off and touchdowns for a second. Right when we scored, I thought the stadium lights shut off on us there for a second, but it was the light show like you see in the college. So really nice setup here at Temple. Classic, nice, big stadium. They've done a lot of renovations here since back whenever we played Temple, back in 05. Done quite a few renovations, new turf, new Jumbotron, and obviously new lights. So great venue here in Central Texas at Temple Wildcat Stadium.
It is amazing what you can do with LEDs now and all the different applications that LED lights can have and how versatile, I guess, is what you would say, that you can do so many more things with them.
Yeah, and going back, missing that PAT, I didn't see whether it was a bobbled snap or hold or anything like that. So, instead of being up 4, only up 3, field goal type thing ties it. So hopefully that doesn't come back and bite us down the road. But
no doubt about that.
But nonetheless, really good drive by the Ranger offense. Great response.
So the drive, which covered 51 yards and was 7 plays, puts us at 1:33 to go in the first quarter. The kick into the wind again, or with the wind, I should say.
Go get it.
Did it go in the end zone? Oh, my.
Barely.
We talked about, who was it? Was it 2 weeks ago in Seguin?
Or there's been 3 or 4 teams that
just think the ball is dead when it hits. But if it lands at the 1 and dies, that's a free
it's a
ball.
live ball. Yeah, I guess they just assume that it's going to carry into the end zone. They start jogging to the sideline, and with this wind, you never know. That thing landed right on the goal line. If it was a half yard short, that's a live ball, and Rangers recover right there. But nonetheless, they get bailed out there. I guarantee their coaches telling them, hey, why don't you go ahead and make sure that thing's in the end zone before you start jogging the sideline.
So Rangers go up 6-3. 2 receivers far, 1 near. Handed off. Again, a big hole up the middle for the tailback Sigler. And, is it trapping or what are they doing up there?
I'm not sure. Like I said, that was an amazing open field tackle by Miller there. Otherwise, that play's going for even more. But that's the second or third time that they've gotten all the way down to the safety level. So there's something going on, either cross-keying or something they're running that we haven't seen yet.
There's a pass to the near sideline. That's Taylor. Coverage is great. The ball's loose.
We got it.
We got it. That's Davila fell on it, and it's Ranger ball. I believe.
Yeah, I think Gingrich ripped it out.
The head linesman saying yes.
Yeah, Gingrich ripped it out, and Davila scooped it up right there on the sideline. What a play. And it was a great job even before the fumble by Gingrich. Gingrich is holding in his outside leverage against the corner or against the receiver that's blocking him and makes the receiver dance a little bit. And then he saw inside pursuit coming, so he tried to bounce back outside. Gingrich gets his hand in there, knocks the ball out. PK Miller, Johnny on the spot, scoops it up, setting the Ranger offense up inside the 30-yard line.
28 is actually where the ball is going to be for 1st and 10 for the Rangers, who have the first turnover of the night in their favor. Rangers plus 23 coming into this game.
It's pretty good.
That's really good. 8 turnovers by the Rangers all season long. Delay handoff. This is Sowersby. Kind of wiggles his way through and gets a nice run of about 6 yards to the 23. And that'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Looks like our center, Gavin's going to have to go off a play. His helmet came off, and so he's saying to the referee, hey, my helmet doesn't just come off on its own. Maybe keep an eye out for some illegal hands to the face there. So we're going to have a new center come in on this play. But you can see prior to the snap, Mag West defense is doing a lot of shifting, a lot of stemming, jumping in and out of fronts. And so good job by the Ranger offensive line of picking all that up and communicating. And obviously that's one of their tactics coming in tonight is try to create some confusion with different fronts, different alignments, stemming late, and all that type of stuff.
So a gain of, I guess it's 5. It's 2nd and 5 from the 23. Walker. Good snap. Fakes a handoff. Screen pass. And a short gain. A gain good enough for a first down. Is that Day?
That's Day.
So Day gets the reception and the first down. Got a good block on the edge.
Yeah, Duffy with a great single block right there on the corner. Day hurdles over the safety, barely grabs him by the legs, but picks up the first down. If we get this thing punched into the end zone.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 16. Their front of Morris, Mills, and Brown has been active, and that's the end of the first quarter. So 6-3 Rangers, but we're knocking on the door at the 16. There's timeout on the field here on the Rangers Network. So back, this is Bob McQueen Field. Don't know who Bob McQueen is.
Probably their longtime coach or
probably was someone
superintendent,
a legend at Temple High. So the Rangers split the receivers to either side. It's Day and Duffy. Sowersby, the back, takes the handoff and gets, his feet kind of slipped out from underneath him, and that's why he got tackled. That is linebacker Luckman, Case Luckman, who got him. But he was trying to cut, and his foot just slipped, and no gain on the run. Maybe a loss of 1.
Yeah, Luckman folds in from his outside linebacker position, does a good job of filling the B gap, and I think Sowersby saw him coming, tried to make a cut to avoid him, and his cleats didn't catch and slipped there. So it was 1 yard loss, pick up 2nd long. Rangers going quick.
We're quick. Walker, and he's going to get sacked. Don't fumble. He went out and had one receiver out in the right side, and he was covered pretty good. Didn't really have a chance to look for anybody else, did he?
No, they covered him up pretty good. I feel like I didn't see whether it was Day or Duffy. Somebody was coming on a crosser late that I think would have come into a window, but he didn't have time to get rid of it. So I would expect the Rangers to maybe throw something short here and see if we can pick it up on a catch and run. Reserve the right to kick a field goal, worst case scenario.
2-by-2 receivers now. Walker to throw. They blitz from the near side. He's got it going down, and I believe it's incomplete.
Yeah, I tried a little hole shot there versus cover 2. Pretty good defense by Mag West there. And so, we get down to the 16-yard line. You're thinking chip shot field goal at worst, but after the sack, it's going to make it a little bit lengthier, make it a 42-yard field goal.
So they've got 4 senior starters in their secondary, and they have been playing well. Amaya on for another field goal try. This one from 42 into what seems to be a dying wind. They get some pressure. The kick is up, and it's
missed it right again.
Missed it right. So the Rangers' kicking woes, which haven't really more this year than last year that I remember, but we've not had some success in some parts of the kicking game when we're kicking field goals or extra points. They get possession of the ball now at the 25.
Yeah, it's a shame, too, after you have a chance to really take control of the momentum after you go down, score a touchdown, defense forces a turnover, and then you get down inside the red zone and come away with no points out of it is obviously a little bit disheartening, but we'll see if the Ranger defense can do it again and do what they do so well and getting 3 and outs or turnovers.
So Magnolia West out with Broadway at quarterback. They hand it off. This is Sigler, as far as I can tell, and a little delayed run. He went to the line and kind of hesitated and then jumped forward and ended up getting a gain of almost 17 out to the 42.
Yeah, good run, good patient run right there. As you said, kind of the hole initially was a little bit blocked, and then the guy was patient and squirted ahead there for a big run. And, with this offense, you're just kind of waiting for the deep shot down the field, but credit to them. They're being patient and taking what the defense has given them so far.
Sigler takes the handoff, gets bumped and knocked down. Dudzikowski put a lick on him.
Yeah, great play by Dudzikowski. He rips underneath the blocker. I think it was either a pulling guard or a fullback coming to get him, and he comes tight on his gap exchange responsibility, rips underneath it for a big tackle for loss there for loss of 1, bringing up 2nd and 11.
So the Ranger defense makes a play after giving up 1, and with 9:48 to go in the second quarter, they'll split 2-by-2 receivers, fake it to Sigler. Now he's throwing across the middle, and it's incomplete.
Ran some twists up front. Good job by the MagWest O-line picking it up. Gave him a little bit of time, but good job by the linebackers, particularly Maynard, getting their depth.
Yeah.
And forcing the quarterback to have to throw it over the top of them, but yet firm enough to get it underneath the safeties. So good job by the linebackers getting into the passing lanes there and forcing an errant throw to bring up a 3rd and 11.
That was not their best receiver, but that was Chase Lott, the intended receiver. He's got 30 catches and 6 touchdowns. So 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far. Tailback is going to block, picking up a blitzer, but we get there anyway, but he gets out of it. Now he gets buried, but not until he gets a couple of yards. The 3rd and 11 now is 4th and long.
And old Woods is frustrated, man. He thought he was going to get him another sack right there. But great pressure by Woods coming off the edge, forcing quarterback to get his eyes down and step up in the pocket and take off running. So doesn't technically count as a sack 'cause I think he picked up 2 yards, but the pressure definitely got to him and forced him into pulling that ball down and running. So good stop by the defense after giving up an initial first down.
So here's the soccer-style, rugby-style punt. Picked up by the Rangers. Who is that? Is that
Miller?
Miller.
Yeah, great job by him. He only gets about 3 or 4 yards after the return, but we talk about it so often that if he doesn't field that ball, it's probably going to keep rolling for another 15 yards. So just by him fielding that and then lowering his shoulder and getting a couple yards, he probably saved about 20 to 25 yards of field position there. So great job by Miller having the guts to run up there and field that thing.
Well, we have the ball at the 36, and it could have been inside the 20 if he doesn't get to it. Still a little dangerous, but he had his eye on it the whole way when it was bumping. Duffy was over here letting it roll, and he comes in and takes over. So the Rangers are back on offense. We'll see what we can do. We've had 2 good scoring opportunities. They handed off, but not much room for the running back. I think that's Spradley now.
Yeah, slanted their front to our heavy side and forced Spradling into the cutback, and they had a guy sitting there waiting for the cutback. So well-designed defensive slant there by Magnolia's West defense, and I've been impressed with them so far. Obviously, they're moving around a lot and shifting some things around, but it's working for them. And Ranger offense is going to have to get on the same page here.
So 2 receivers far. Walker, delay. It's a handoff to Spradling, and he'll have nearly a first down as he'll get stopped just shy of the 45, and first down necessary is the 46, so it'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, great draw play there. Good way to sell it by Ryland. Raises up, looks out to the right like he's going to throw a quick pass out to the right, and then dumps it off to Spradling underneath to get a lot of that yardage back to make it a 3rd and 1.
If this is the 3rd or 4th quarter, you say we're going to hand it off, we're going to hand it off and bully our way through that. What do we do right now?
I would say we still give it to Spradling on something downhill, see if he can go lean forward for at least a yard.
Their end on the near sideline comes wide, now goes back inside. They give it to Spradling. He's got a hole. He's got a first down before he's brought down. Good job by the defense not giving him very much, but he gets first down yardage till the linebacker comes up and gets him. That's Mattingly. Sam Mattingly, a senior at 6'3" and 220.
Yeah, and again, it's going to be important for that offensive line to communicate. And as we get more into this game, I feel like they'll get a little more comfortable. Mag West is shifting around a lot. They came out in a 3-down set right there. Then after we called our hard count, they switched into a 4-down. So it's going to be key for those guys to communicate up front, and they did it there.
Spradling takes the handoff, going to the right, and not much room. It was bogged up from the start, and it's no gain.
Yeah, I ran the little counter play. Good penetration up front, kind of bogged down our pullers there that just kind of created a pile up, and Spradling just lowered his shoulder and got back to the line of scrimmage there. So, again, pretty good work so far by the Mag West defense.
Here's Walker. He's going to throw it. Caught. I think that's Duffy.
Day.
Day, I'm sorry.
So. I think it's Day.
Yeah, Duffy's down here on the near side. So Day makes the catch and gains, about 7 or 8 yards to the 46, 44-yard line of Magnolia. It's 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and much like what we did last time, didn't get much on first down, ran the draw to make it 3rd and short that time. We have an extension of our run game, throw a hitch. Great job by Day getting north and south, picking up 8 yards to now have a chance at another 3rd and short here.
2 receivers, both on the near side. Tight ends on the right side, and H-back here, Spradling up the middle, busts a couple of tackles, still going on his feet inside the 30 before he's dragged down by a couple of members of their secondary as he carried people for a good 5 yards on another first down run.
Yeah, great initial blocking up front. We had a hat for a hat. Spradling runs through an arm tackle and explodes into the secondary, lowers his shoulder, as we know he loves to do. That's 2 times we've gotten 3rd and shorts and given the ball to number 18 there, and downhill he's gotten it for us. And, let's see if we can have a little more success on first down here to not put us in those long yardage situations on 2nd down.
Tight end goes right along with both receivers. Play clock under 10 now as the H-back moves. Spradling takes it, angles left. He's into the end zone. Well, he's into the freedom. He got loose, let me say it that way, as I got too excited as I was putting him in the end zone when he was at the 20.
Yeah, they threw a penalty late. I think they're going to call a horse collar. Man, those type of tackles make me nervous all the time. You saw in last night, if you watched Thursday Night Football last night, the Ravens tight end, the defender jumps on his back from behind, then kind of goes dead weight, pulls him down. They're going to call late hit, but defender jumped on Spradling's back and kind of went down, and he got rolled up a little bit. Thankfully, Spradling pops up, and he's okay. But anytime someone gets pulled down from behind, it always makes me a little bit nervous. But great job, great blocking up front. Good job by him, again, running through that first initial arm tackle and showing some speed, getting out there, getting inside the 10-yard line. Penalty takes inside the 5-yard line.
So from the 3, it's 1st and goal. Walker, Spradling coming left, knifes and dives forward to the 1, so a gain of 2. It's still 2nd and goal now.
Yeah, good push up front by the offensive line on the outside zone down here. Good cut by Spradling, kind of lays out, gets down to the 1-yard line, and I bet Spradling's saying, I'll finish this one off. Last series he had to go out with a missing helmet, so I bet he's itching to see if he can get it straight downhill here and see if he can get on the board tonight.
We got a tight end and an H-back to the right side. Walker takes it, gives it to Spradling. Straight up the middle, there's a hole. He's into the end zone. And another touchdown for the Rangers. Makes it 12-3 with the extra point, or will we go for 2? We won't go for 2 this early, will we?
Not this early. General rule of thumb, don't chase points early on. See if we can get the PAT there. But it was interesting down there on the red zone. It's this 1-yard line, and we had Duffy in the slot, and they were bracketing him double coverage out there, and so they didn't really have a safety sitting in the middle, and that's exactly where we attacked with the run game, and Spradling basically walks into the end zone.
Amaya on for the extra point. Pressure in the middle. They block it. It's loose. They try to pick it up but don't get it, and then they fall on it. So, well, he's got to be down because he rolled on it, didn't he?
Ball's still loose.
Wow.
And then he tripped. Yeah, so we're 0 for 3 on either PATs and field goals. That time it was blocked, and we noticed the first 2 times they had some penetration. Finally, it came back to haunt us a little bit, and they ended up getting the block. Amaya, who was in on the tackle, was a little slow to get up on their sideline, but yeah, we're really hoping those don't come back and bite us. So we're 0 for 2 on PATs and 0 for 1 on field goals. So 2 touchdowns, but only 12 points.
That is absolutely crazy with as good as our, well, let's say kicking game is as a whole, but we just don't miss extra points very often, and that's, well, the 2 tonight make it 6 missed on the year, and that's just not normal. Officials kind of. Yeah,
they're talking. I think there might have been a flag thrown down here on the sideline. I'm not sure. It might have been after the play or face mask or something. Well,
there was some extracurricular activity on the tackle and then a late block or something. And
there was a lot going on down there. I thought we had him down, then the ball came out, then another guy got it, then it ended up with a bunch of bodies on the sideline. So.
So offsetting penalties, unsportsmanlike on both sides, which I would agree with. I think both teams were doing something they shouldn't have been done at that point. Should have been doing.
They both have 1 UNS. Kickoff is what we have now.
Did he give numbers?
I don't think so. I didn't hear any numbers, but offsetting, but that's the first one for each one. So I guess if that player gets, whoever they identified, whoever gets another one is out of the ball game. So.
Yeah, he didn't announce it, thankfully, because no one needs to know at that point. But we'll kick off again, this time with a 12-3 lead, which is 1 full score. You got a better than 1 score lead, but not as much as you should.
Yeah, and again, that is something that they need to get cleaned up. And on the sideline, that PAT protection, like I said, the first 2, there was some penetration. They didn't block it. That time they got there, and it looked like it was coming from one of the B gaps there, not the edge. So we definitely need to tighten that up on the interior.
It was in the middle for sure. So Amaya will kick it off. Again, the wind has died down from where it was at the start. This one will carry to the 5, dropped. It's on the ground. They pick it up, and then they get buried, and here comes some flags. Our referee's throwing the flag.
Yeah, you would think where the flag is thrown is some sort of a block in the back or
Right.
a hold or something like that, which if that's the case, we pinned him at about the 17-yard line, so
Yep.
that'd take him inside the 10-yard line if it's on them.
Wait for our referee to make the call. He's going to have a conversation before he does. Here he goes.
On return, blocking the back, receiving team, number 23. 10-yard penalty.
Yeah.
First down.
So instead of being at the 17, they're at the 7. And I do believe that is a bad thing if you're the offense. 4:01 left second quarter, 12-3 Rangers up. We've missed a field goal and both extra point tries. So 3 kicking events we've been unsuccessful on, or it would be 17-3. In any event, it's 12-3. That's the score, and we'll see if our defense can keep them pinned in here. Is that at their own 7? They've got the defensive line kind of shifts a little bit. They run outside, far side. Don't get much. Is near the line of scrimmage. He gets wrestled down a long way from where we're at.
I think that's Miller coming down from a safety spot. Great job shooting downhill. Again, we talk about it all the time. The Ranger defense is so disciplined, and, safeties know their keys so well that they're downhill in a hurry, and it's not often that you see safeties making tackles for 1-yard gain up by the line of scrimmage. And
Maynard was there also.
Maynard had him from behind in pursuit, and then Miller was sprinting downhill from a safety position. So good rallying defense from the Rangers. And be big if we can get a 3-and-out here and get the ball, maybe get one more, since we're getting the ball coming out of the second half.
Correct. So a 1-yard run. This is a handoff. Sigler, not much in the middle. Gets 3-4 yards to the 12 is where they'll spot him. Ranger defense staying tough as they aren't huddling very much tonight. And everything's at the line of scrimmage with everybody looking for the coach's signal.
Yeah, they'll either get it and get up right away, or they'll get up and do a hard count and then look to the sideline to see what the play is, and coaches call it based off the Ranger defense. So we got a 3rd and medium here. It'd be a big stop for the Rangers, get the Rangers offense the ball back with one more possession.
Miller's been conversing with the coaches on the sideline. They'll throw on 3rd down, and it's incomplete, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, ball was a little bit outside. Good coverage by Duffy. Had help over the top from Miller. Stops the clock. Ranger defense does what they do. They went out there and got a 3-and-out. Ranger should have good field position, hopefully get some more points on the board before half, and then also get the ball coming out in the second half. So just how you drew it up for the Ranger defense after that first drive, much like last week, giving up a lengthy drive. They've settled in here and gotten back to what we know is typical Ranger defense form.
They get a man on late on punt protection. A rugby-style kicker hits one right at us on the near sideline. It'll be inside the 35-yard line, maybe inside, we'll call it the 35, and I think that's probably a pretty good spot. So Rangers get their second possession of the game inside Mustang territory, and they'll start from the 35. 2:32 to go in the half.
Yeah, again, can't stress enough how much more confidence you have as an offense jogging out there on the field when you only have 30, 40 yards to go. Have that extra spring in your step as if you've already gotten a couple first downs to get down here. So great job by the defense, good job of the special teams, and Ranger offense set up in good field position.
Receivers in tight. Sowersby the tailback. Coming this way. Doesn't get much, then squirts out. Might get a yard, maybe 2 out of it, as he worked awful hard for those 2 yards.
Yeah, we had it too. I think our lead block, the fullback, didn't see who it was, but we missed right at the point of attack on the linebacker, and he jumped out of the way and then was able to fold back in and make the play. I think if we're able to get a hat for a hat there, I think that we're picking up a good chunk of yardage, but nice play by the Magnolia West linebacker to avoid the block and make the tackle.
Walker with 2 receivers far side. Delay handoff. Sowersby bounces out. Tries to race to the corner, and he's got some room. Does a little hesitation move and makes up 3rd and short as the ball's inside the 30, I think, at the 24 or 23-yard line.
Yeah, good job. It looked like it was that draw play again. Looked like he had an initial burst and then kind of got clogged in the middle, bounced it to the outside. Good job by the receivers out there recognizing it, blocking without holding or blocking the back. picks up a good chunk to bring up third and manageable here.
3rd and 3, 2 receivers near side. Sowersby on a delay, squirts out right, got a first down, has one man to beat, and he gets tackled, but not until he gets first down yardage inside the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rangers on a nice run by Brad Sowersby.
Yeah, great job by Sowersby of understanding where the sticks were. He looked like for a second he was going to try to outrun him to the sideline to get the big play. Realized that, hey, I got to get this first down. That's more important. Sticks his foot in the ground, lowers his shoulder, barely gets it, sets up the Rangers with a first down.
Game clock's at 1:11 as you hear our referee correct the clock. So the clock is stopped as he went out of bounds.
Rangers with all 3 timeouts here, so they're not in too much of a hurry.
From the 25. A receiver either way. A pitch to Sowersby going right. Gets a block from a receiver, but not a good enough one. I think that's Dornberg out there blocking. And he's run out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, we had a hat for a hat, but we didn't fool that defensive end as much as we were hoping. And Sowersby wasn't able to hit that crease, but we might be able to come back to that later in the game there. But again, you would think that the offensive coaching staff right now is thinking we want to get in the end zone. We're not going to leave it up to a field goal with the woes that we've been having here in the first half. So they're thinking touchdown here.
A couple of tight ends along with both receivers. There's a receiver screen and a good tackle on the play. Their cornerbacks have made some tackles tonight. Don't know if that's Christian Murphy. Really can't see his numbers. Is that 0?
I think 0, yes.
Yeah,
That's
Christian Murphy. He's a senior. Having a really good year. Made a really good tackle there. There's a flag. Block in the back, is that what he said?
I guess so.
Yeah. So that brings up another second down after a 10-yard walk-off back to the 32. So we've got 2nd and 17 now.
Rangers took a timeout there, so they'll stop the clock. So they'll go ahead and take the timeout and talk about it a little bit.
So with this timeout, we can't. You remember what the clock said? It was probably.
I think it was like 105 or 103,
so
something
still
like that.
60-some seconds to go. You've got plenty of time from the 32. Your question now is you got to get a first down to keep the drive going, and you've got 17 yards on 2nd down. So you try to get half of it, or what?
Yeah, I would think that you're going to try either maybe a draw type play again, or some sort of. You would think that they'd be capping over the top to give in long yardage situations. So. Maybe not the opportunity to push the ball down the field, but maybe something like a slant route where you can catch the ball on the run, and maybe the wide receiver breaks a tackle and goes and picks up an even bigger chunk. But I think the 4th down call will be highly dependent on how far it is. If it's 4th and 3, 4th and 2, something like that, I could see him going for it. But if it's anything more than that, you might be looking at a field goal attempt to run out the half here. So main thing is taking care of the ball. You've done a good job, all year really, but in the first half of managing the game. You've got a 2-score lead here, and you're getting the ball coming out in the second half. So, make sure we take care of the football, and at worst in this half at 12-3.
12-3 is the score right now. Smithson Valley and Magnolia West, 2nd round of the 2023 playoffs. Can't remember what year we're in. 2 receivers, both near side, a couple of tight ends. Walker Loops has Day, now has Duffy in the end zone. He got mugged, and there's a flag. The ball was nicely thrown. He kind of turned his shoulders to open up to it, and then he got grabbed by the defensive back, and that'll be a Ranger, 15 yards, first down?
Yep, automatic first down. I stand corrected. I thought maybe they'd go a little more conservative with the play call, but obviously they saw something there, and they ended up having single coverage with both wide receivers, took a shot over the top like they did in that first drive. And I think Duffy catches that touchdown if he's not interfered with.
I think you're right.
And so, not on the whole, not a terrible decision by the cornerback there. You're always taught if you're going to give up a touchdown, I'd rather give up 15 yards than a touchdown. So,
right.
We're still 18 yards away, but most important thing, we got a first down now. So
46
with 2 timeouts.
Yeah, 46 seconds with a couple of timeouts. 2 receivers both to the near side, an H-back on the right side of Ryland. Sowersby, the tailback, takes the handoff, comes in, then shoots out, then comes back in, and has got yardage up to the 9. And the Rangers call a first down with 30. Call a timeout. No.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
call
they do.
timeout.
Clock ran for a couple of seconds after the whistle, so we'll see what they put it at. 34 is what the clock says now. It's second and short from the 9 when the timeout is over. They put it on 38, so that's even better.
Yeah, so you're inside the 10-yard line, 2nd and 2. With only one timeout left. So, running the ball is not out of the equation, especially you pick up a first down. Clock's going to stop on a first down. But, maybe here on 2nd down, try a back shoulder fade or a sluggo or something like that with your one-on-one matchup to the outside. And then if you don't get that on 3rd and short, maybe run the ball to pick up that first down. So it'll be interesting to see what the play call here is. Always a little bit – back and forth on, do we run? We got one timeout. Do we save that timeout? So we'll see what the Ranger offense goes with here. But overall, good drive to end this half and hopefully get some points on the board here. And like we said earlier, get the ball coming out of that second half and really put our foot on the gas.
So again, 38 seconds to go, second quarter. Rangers lead at 12-3. They bring a tight end and a receiver to the far side.
Yeah, one-on-one down
Duffy's
here with Duffy.
down here.
One-on-one with Duffy.
One-on-one. Sowersby the back.
There it is.
We're going to throw Duffy
Sluggo
to the corner, too far out of play. Ball thrown just a little bit too far. I think he could have caught it if it's a couple of feet more inside, and because it looked like he had a step on the defender.
Yeah, I think it was a good throw, but I think Duffy kind of got grabbed a little bit when he was coming. He faked the slant and then tried to go around it. Corner played catch a little bit and grabbed him just a little while, and I think that's what threw off the timing just a little bit. But now you got 3rd and 1 or 2, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a run here, or if they like the coverage out there, might throw that quick hitch out there again.
We go heavy to the far sideline. Sowersby takes it and slips and falls. And I don't know that he got it. He's at the 9. He needs to get to the 8. So it's 4th down.
Yeah, it's the second time we've seen him slip on a cut right there. I'm not sure the turf is wet or what the deal is, but Coach Hill's going to let the clock run down.
And then kick?
Yeah, 4th down. He's going to let the clock run down, take a 2 to 3 second timeout, and see if we can punch it in and get some points out of this drive before the half.
Clock's at 4 seconds. And they'll bring the field goal unit on. Well, Amaya's trying to come on, and he does. So the Rangers will try a field goal that will be around, 26, 27 yards. Kind of like an extra point almost.
Yeah, only about 5 yards deeper than an extra point. So obviously the distance is no issue, but, snap hold and then the protection up front. So we'll see if we can get on the board with our kicking game tonight and make this 15-3 heading into half.
So 26 is the field goal distance. Play clock is started, and they call a timeout. So trying to play some gamesmanship here as the Rangers try to go up 15-3, which makes it a 2-score difference. I guess we're at a 2-score difference now for at least a tie. They could, well, no.
We're up 9 right now.
They could.
A field goal still a 2-possession game, but at least a touchdown and a field goal doesn't take the lead for him. So.
Right. Amaya staying loose as he hangs out where the kick will happen. Both teams huddled up. Rangers break their huddle soon. Now the Mustangs break their huddle. Ben McGehee is their head coach in his 3rd year. Amaya on. This is a 26-yard field goal. Not as much penetration. It's up, and this one's good. And the first half comes to an end.
Yeah, we shored up that interior. Didn't have any penetration there, and I think that gave Amaya confidence not having somebody in his face, and he drilled that one, no doubter. So good momentum booster there going into the half. Even though you'd have loved a touchdown, you got some points on the board, and your offense is going to have the ball coming out in the second half as well.
So the Rangers lead at 15-3. We're ready for halftime, and then we'll be back with tonight's second half here from Temple, Texas, on the Rangers Network. All right, we're back at Temple High School. The Rangers up 15-3 as we get ready for the start of the second half. Here comes the Mustangs out of their very elaborate blow-up run-through. So somebody spent some money on that.
Yeah, it's a heck of a deal.
I knew I could make you speechless. The Rangers will receive the second half kickoff, and that will happen in about a little less than a minute. The scoring, Magnolia opened up and kicked a 40-yard field goal to take a 3-0 lead. The Rangers responded on their second drive. A 1-yard touchdown run by Brad Sowersby made it 6-3. The extra point failed. After they fumbled, we missed a field goal. They punted, and we drove. And a 1-yard run by Cade Spradling made it 12-3, and the extra point failed there. It was blocked. Then after we forced another punt, we got a short drive in the last 2 minutes and made a field goal from 26. Clayton Amaya's field goal made it 15-3, and that's where we're at as we get ready to start the second half. So this is what I expect. I expect a drive here to start the second half that takes up anywhere from 4.5 to 7 minutes, and we score another touchdown.
That'd be nice. I think that's what the Rangers are planning on doing as well.
And we could all yell guns up at that point, right?
Yes, sir.
Kickoff. Fielded at the 4, mishandled, now picked up, gets through some opening, and then gets nailed inside the 15. So
yeah, and I think if he catches that ball clean, there was a lane that was open, but obviously when the ball hits the ground and you got to scramble to pick it up, that by the time you get to that hole, it's kind of closed up a little bit. So thankfully he was able to hop back on it, but the Rangers starting with their worst field position of the night on the 19-yard line.
So from, we'll call it the 14-yard line, actually. The Rangers will have their worst field position. They start on the 24, the 49, the opponent 28, the 36, and the 35. So by 20 yards, worse than any previous opening possession. But 1st and 10 for the Rangers at the 14. Ryland Walker.
Sowersby in at tailback to start off the second half.
As always. No tight ends. Sowersby has the fake and a pass out to the far sideline where a nice catch is made on a good throw by Ryland. That'll be about a 6 or a 7 yard gain up to the 21.
Yeah, and it was a heck of a throw by Ryland. Opposite hash to the opposite numbers, threw it on a rope, and that's one of the few times where if we'd have handed that ball off, I think we had a crease too, but he had the option to catch and throw, and he did, and looks like someone's down on the sideline over there.
The defender who made the tackle, or one of them that made the tackle, is on just outside our coaching box.
Yeah, maybe – I don't know if it was the corner or whether it was somebody else who rallied after to make the tackle, but he's up now, so hopefully he's okay. Trying to see a number.
Krista's trying to get us something.
I think that might be one of their safeties. Is that number 3? I think that's number 3, Chase Lynn, maybe.
Yeah, could be.
He's walking a little gimpy. Hopefully he's okay. See if he can come back in the ball game. So they'll put in replacement number 16. Is that Jonathan Blanchard will come in at the safety position for him. But again, really good throw by Ryland on time. It's always a little bit of a scary throw, throwing from one hash to the opposite numbers. That ball's in the air for a long time, but he showed off his arm strength, put it right on the numbers there to pick up a good 6 yard gain on first down and stay ahead of the chains.
So I think we've got the play clock restarted. Played almost 30 seconds of this third quarter as we huddle up on 2nd down and 4. Both receivers come near side. Got a tight end on the far side. The H-back Dornberg leads Sowersby into the hole, and he is met just past the line of scrimmage and backed up by inside linebacker Sam Mattingly and others, as there wasn't a lot of room there.
Yeah, again, I think communication is going to be key. You saw it right before the snap. Magnolia West shifted their defensive front. Anytime you're running a gap scheme, it's important to ID the correct guys, and I think that time we let a guy come free due to a miscommunication. So it's going to be important for those linemen to communicate up there as Mag West continues shifting their D front. And you see they just did it again as well, shifting from a 3 down to a 4 down.
I'm not real sure what that was. We handed off to Sowersby, and he was hitting the backfield. So on 3rd and 4, it's no gain, and it's 4th down, and the Rangers are going to have to punt on their opening possession of the second half.
Yeah, they brought a blitz from the boundary, brought some guys off the edge, and there was a guy that came free and was able to corral Sowersby before he made it play side into the hole. So unsuccessful first drive of the half there for the Ranger offense.
Amaya's end-over-end kick hits at about the 40 and continues to roll, picked up by the return man, who gets it across the 35 before he's shoved out of bounds. And that's where Magnolia will start 1st and 10 on their first drive of the second half. Ball spotted at the 37. So the Ranger defense being asked to continue to play at the level they've been playing all year, and that's been a very high level. Again, some of the numbers they have given up this year, a total of 10.7 points in 11 games. Everybody's tight in the formation. Here's a little H or a slot reverse coming to the near sideline, chased down by Maynard. They're going to mark him out at about the 40, so that'll be a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, good job, Maynard running sideline to sideline from his Mike linebacker position, chasing that down and making the tackle at the sideline. So impressive speed from the linebacker position. But I'm just waiting for Mag West to take that shot downfield, which is what their offense is so accustomed to doing this year. Just kind of waiting for that.
Well, that was
that moment.
USFL route.
There it is.
Davila is there.
Good play,
and knocks
Davila.
it away.
Yeah, you just knew that it was coming at some point.
Can I tell you, though, that's not supposed to be legal. He was turning upfield before the ball was snapped. He ran a U or a curved motion.
Yeah, you're not supposed to, if you're your motion guy, if he stays in motion, he's not supposed to be moving towards the line of scrimmage on the snap. And I guess that was a bang call, but you just were waiting for them to take that shot, and that time the Ranger defense was prepared for it. Great safety help over the top by Davila.
3rd and 7 after the incomplete pass. Broadway to throw, has a man in the middle, and a caught is made, and Maynard brings him down. Dudzikowski brings him down. 1st down yardage, though.
Yeah, it was close to being an interception by Dudzikowski. He went out wide with the back and flared, and he kind of baited him. Quarterback threw it in the zone right behind his head, but a good throw and a good completion for their 1st down.
Gus Jordan was the receiver. That's the tailback. Smothered for about a 2 or 3 yard loss.
A couple Rangers there, including
Maynard,
Sosa, Hack,
Sosa,
Maynard.
yeah.
Bunch of guys there.
Almost someone from every spot on the field. So it's 2nd down and 12 now after a loss of 2. No huddle, 2-by-2 receivers. Check the sideline. Play clock still at 15. Tells his offensive line. Now back for the snap is Bryson Broadway. Short drop. Pressure all over him. Sack. Put him down, and that's a loss of another almost 10 yards.
Yeah, brought a blitz that time. Maynard from his linebacker Mike position. And there's a few Rangers that got pressure, but Maynard's the one that gets home and picks up a big sack for a big loss, bringing up a long 3rd down and 20? 22, something like
22, 3rd and 22. We're good at math. 2-by-2 receivers now. Sigler has been the back most of the night. Here's a short drop. Pressure on him.
Setting up a
Tries to
screen.
throw it over the top. Sigler makes a catch. Doesn't get back to the original line of scrimmage before the Rangers track him down. I think that was Gavin Wood. Hudson Woods. Gosh, hadn't done that much this year, and I did it right here in the playoff game. Hudson Woods catches
Woods
him.
and Miller. Good job rallying up. Dudzikowski in on the play there. Keeping everything in front on that 3rd and long, set up a screen, make the tackle in the open field. So Mustangs will be forced to punt here. Good job by the Ranger defense of going out there and getting a stop after. Oh, they're running swinging gate. They're running swinging gate. Timeout.
Timeout. Smithson Valley. The first timeout of the half.
Had we seen that on film?
I'm not sure. I'm sure that we have. Probably weren't expecting it on 4th and 12, but they lined up everybody other than just one guy over the ball. They lined up everybody else down here. Yeah, so they had a snapper and the punter, and then all the other 9 guys were down here by the numbers. And so Rangers took a timeout to make sure that if they do come out and do that again, that we'll know, how to line up. I'm sure Coach Worsty and his staff practiced that, but probably just weren't anticipating it at this moment in the game on a 4th and 12. I would be surprised if Mag West did that. They kind of accomplished their goal of making the Rangers take a timeout, so I would expect a more traditional punt here.
Braden Smith is their punter. Ranger defense ready for anything here.
Braden Smith, the punt from Magnolia West.
Ooh, almost got it.
Almost. Duffy watches it go out of bounds about the 20, maybe inside the 20. We'll see where they'll stop it. At the 15 is where they're going to mark it. So the Rangers, for the 2nd possession in a row, are deep in their own territory. Not what you'd order for a good spot to start a drive.
Yeah, and they're going to have to drive the length of the field. I think the most important thing is getting this running game back established. We got to go in there late in the second quarter, late in the first half. Need to get back on that to open up some passing game. But, again, it's difficult with all the shifting and moving that Mag West is doing. Their game plan is coming to fruition tonight.
Handoff. Caught in the backfield. That's Spradling. And he'll barely get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're loading up the box, and they're saying that
so it looks to me like a 5-man front. More.
Yeah, well,
I know it's an outside linebacker, but
yeah, they're putting a lot of guys in the box. Safeties are low, and so they're going to say, if you can beat us throwing the ball, good for you. But we're going to stop the run and commit guys into the running game, and so anticipate the Rangers start going to the air a little bit more, and then mixing in those runs on situations that are beneficial to them.
Duffy and Day on either side. Walker takes the snap, short drop, looks over the far sideline, has a man, and just overthrows. Brody Day.
Yeah, Day had a step or two on him. It looked like the ball was just a little bit inside, had plenty of arm strength to get it there. Looked like the depth was good, but just a hair inside, and he wasn't able to come back to the ball. But a well-thrown ball as far as getting the ball, pushing the ball down the field, but just a hair inside. So, back into a situation that you'd like to avoid with 3rd and long.
3rd and 10. We've not been very good on these. Both receivers go far. Tight end on the near side. Tight end on either side, pardon me. Spradling the tailback. They fake it to him. Walker now is going to run, and he won't get the first down. He'll get across the 20, maybe the 21, but that'll bring up 4th down, and we'll have to punt.
Yeah, and I like the play by Ryland there. 3rd and long, pretty low percentage chance of getting that. Last thing you want to do is have a turnover, give them some momentum in the ball in plus territory there. So didn't see much down the field, felt a little bit of pressure, stepped up, get him about 5 yards, add 5 yards to the punt. Most importantly, take care of the football.
Amaya's kick. Fielded it at the 38. Coverage is good, but he's making a good run at it.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because, we punt it like that on purpose. The low liner hoping to get the roll and the returner not getting his hands on it. And that's twice in a row that I felt like Amaya has punted it pretty good, but it's just taking a big old hop right to the returner.
Yeah.
And that's the difference in a lot of field position right there, because I think that if that ball continues to roll, I think it rolls all the way down inside maybe the 25 to 20-yard line. Instead, he gets his hands on it, gets a pretty good return, and they got the ball at midfield.
So from the 50 It's 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. 2 receivers either way. Broadway hands it off. Caught at the line. Met right there by a Ranger waiting for him. Is that Sosa?
I think that was Hack.
Hack was waiting for
Yeah,
him.
we ran a little bit of a defensive stunt up front where we twisted with the interior D lineman and the defensive end. And so interior D lineman went out, Hack circled in. Both linemen went with the outside, and so he was able to fold in there and make a play right at the line of scrimmage. Good play and good call.
2nd and 10, same formation. Short drop. Broadway has some pressure, throws it out to the edge. It's dropped. Incomplete. It's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and it was a good throw by their quarterback, Broadway. We brought pressure. We brought that same Mike blitz. They got home on the last drive with Maynard on the sack. That time their back did a good job of picking it up, but had some pressure right in his face with Maynard driving that running back into his lap. Still stepped in and delivered a good ball, just dropped by his wide receivers to bring up another 3rd and long.
So they take out a receiver and send in a different one. Still 2-by-2 set. Sigler still the tailback, the junior. Pressure comes again. We chase Broadway out of the pocket and throws it late and throws it out of bounds.
I'll tell you what. I know that there's an old saying that you can call a hold on every play, but
that was bad.
That right tackle had a really good hold on our defensive end there to allow Broadway to escape the pocket to have a chance to maybe keep his eyes downfield. Fortunately, we had great coverage down the field, made him throw it away anyways, but pretty blatant hold there by the right tackle that got away with one.
Which one of our coaches would be telling the referee that right now?
Probably most of them.
Randy Wall is our referee tonight. Here is Smith with the rugby-style kick that's fielded and then tackled inside the 10-yard line. They'll spot him up at the 14 where the first, or his momentum, or was the, what do I want to say? It's where he was.
Progress, but
looks like they dropped a flag.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the flag would be. Most of the time, it's on the return team with some sort of block in the back or a hold.
Block in the back. Return team number 5.
Yeah, so I think it's important for the Ranger offense here to get a couple first downs, if nothing else, to get out of your own territory. That's 2 possessions for each team that hasn't resulted in much, but they've definitely won the field position game here in the second half. We haven't been able to string together enough first downs to where if we do punt, we push them back a little bit. So, we're going to start here at the 4-yard line with the penalty there. So important for the Rangers, even if we don't go drive down to get some points on the board, get out of our own field, string together some first downs and get out of the shadow of our own goal
We've
post.
had 2 previous possessions and 1 first down total. So here the Rangers go from the 4. It's 1st and 10. 4:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. Rangers up 15-3. Walker. Sowersby kind of scampers, makes a nice gain. That's a first down gain right there on first down rush.
Yeah, we kind of caught them playing their games up front. They shifted and then slanted away. Looks like they might be keying our fullback a little bit, moving their D-line towards our fullback, and that time we crisscrossed them a little bit and ran it away from our fullback, I believe, and so we're able to open up a little bit of a crease there. So we'll see if we continue to do that as the night goes on.
They've got a 4-man front. They jump on the hard count by Ryland. Walker checks the sideline, now back at it. Play clock at 5 as he takes the snap. Sowersby dances away, gets through the line, gets into the secondary, still on the run. Another first down run for the junior, Brad Sowersby, who's making people miss right and left.
Tell you what, he glides and he's great at he can stop and start in a hurry. Great open field. Made 2 guys miss in the open field. Didn't even get their hands on. I don't think he was down in touch football there, even with the first 2 guys. And that'll do it. We talked about stringing together some first downs, getting out of the shadow of your own goalpost. We handed off to Sowersby twice, and we're almost out to the 40-yard line. So great job by the blocking up front. Great 2 runs by Sowersby to get us going here a little bit.
So 1st and 10 from the 38. We faked the reverse. Or actually, we gave it to the reverse. That was such a good fake, I didn't notice it. And the reverse doesn't get much as he's strung out and run out of bounds. That was Day, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was a good job by their outside linebacker of meeting up with our lead blocker and then forcing everything out wide, just kind of stringing it out to the sideline. And our other blocker actually went inside of him, and our run stayed outside. And so they strung it out pretty good there and forced us out for a really short gain.
So split receivers. Sowersby still behind Walker on 2nd and 10. We give it to Brad. There's a hole in the middle again, though. This time he's hit, but he continues to drag, and the offensive line helps him get a first down. Contact made after 3 or 4 yards of a run, and we end up getting, 14 on the run for a first down.
And that was a really great read by Ryland. That was an RPO, and so you saw that there was a little bit of a handoff issue there. It was because he was reading the safety, and if the safety came downhill, he was going to pull that and throw the ball to the outside. Safety stayed back, so great read by him, leaving it with Sowersby, and that's why they didn't have any safety run support sitting there, because the safety was bailing. So good read on the RPO by Ryland and a good run by Sowersby.
So first down inside Magnolia West territory. Sowersby again, dances again. This time doesn't get much, though, as they're starting to sniff that out. He just gets about 3 yards to the 45, but the drive continues. That's the 5th play of the drive, all runs.
And that clock is running. Both teams running the ball, not many incompletions. We're already under 2 minutes in the third quarter, and we talked at halftime that was we got through halftime before 8 o'clock, and we said, man, that was a fast first half. And I'll tell you what, that was an even faster third quarter here as we go under 1:45.
But it was a really long halftime.
I felt like it, yeah. Felt like it.
So everybody, split receivers. Sowersby with some blocking. Oh, he got met and stood up. Lost a yard.
Yeah, that was the outside linebacker. We had a hat for him. He did a good job of pressing, getting off of his block of our right tackle there, Peterson, and separating and then falling back in on the play. And so loss of some yardage there. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 8.
So for the Rangers, a long third down. They made one of them already. Let's see if they can do another.
Looks like they're going to have some safety help down here with Day.
Walker. For Day, double covered and incomplete.
Yeah, corner was playing super aggressive inside leverage, knowing that he had safety help over the top, not worried about getting beat deep, so he was just squatting on that route, undercut the slant. Pretty good job by Day of actually continuing to run through it to ensure that it wasn't intercepted. But again, we talked about it before the drive started. Even though we're not going to get any points out of this drive, it was a successful drive in that we strung together a couple first downs, and now we're going to be able to punt and flip the ends of the field and make them go a long ways as opposed to giving them short field.
Punt is off. Good punt, angling towards the near sideline, and it'll go out of bounds inside the 5 at about the 2. Great punt by Clayton Amaya.
Yeah, first time we were able to get that ball on the ground and not in the returner's hands. Great job at angling and directioning that to the sideline. Had a little side spin on it, and it bounced out of bounds at the 2-yard line. So, again, flipped into the field. First 3 possessions for the Rangers started inside their own 20, and Magnolia West got it at about midfield, and now we strung together some first downs, and now they're the ones backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, and they're going to have to go 98.
So from their own 2 with 45 seconds to go in the third quarter, they'll send a single receiver either way, some tight ends and a fullback. They hand it off, and after a gain of about a yard, maybe 2, he's wrestled down, spraddling among those in on the play. Down at the bottom, that's
Roberts and Miller.
Miller, yeah.
Miller down from a safety spot. Again, making a tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Good job by him. Really impressed by both of our safeties and their run fits and their physicality when they arrive at the ball. And Miller, we've called his name a couple times tonight for that.
They're going to throw. Little pump fake, and now over the middle. That's Taylor, and he overthrew him. Wow, he was open. Did a nice ball fake.
Yeah, ran a post, and that's their most explosive receiver. And really the first shot, the first time we've called his name tonight, first attempt that they had pushing the ball downfield to him. And he had Gingrich turned around just a little bit. Really good route. Gingrich did a good job of getting back into phase and getting in his hip pocket. But, you're right. With a well-thrown ball, that ball's probably caught. So Rangers get away with one there, bringing up 3rd and long from the 3-yard line.
Gus Jordan, one of their senior receivers who has 37 receptions, is back in the game. He's been in and out tonight. 2 receivers to the far sideline. Now they're changing something. Broadway gets the sign. Play clock at 2.
Oh, he
And a
fumbled
bad
it.
snap. It's on the ground. That'll be a
Safety.
safety. Rangers take him down. It was a bad snap that he didn't handle well. And the Rangers will get 2 points and get the ball back on this safety here, closing seconds of the third quarter.
Yeah, I don't know whether he didn't know the snap was coming or whatever, but it looked like it was a good snap. I think it just hit him in the face, so either it went through his hands. There's a replay up on the Jumbotron. It starts late, so I can't really see what happened, but he mishandled it.
I guess because he didn't fall on it, their offensive lineman did, and that saved us from getting a touchdown.
Yeah, and so that's a safety, so it's 17-3. So it looks like, we got those 2 points back that we've had missed off the
Yeah.
2 extra points.
Yeah.
So it looks like we've got 2 touchdowns and a field goal there. So 17-3, and the Rangers will get the ball back. But, yeah, again, I'm not sure whether he wasn't anticipating the snap or it just went right through his hands, but it looked like it bounced off his face mask. And I'll tell you what, they were fortunate to recover it and only give up a safety there.
So they'll now free kick. They can kick off or punt from their own 20, so we'll have the ball in decent field position because they'll be kicking into the wind.
Kicking into the wind and, 20 yards back from what the normal kickoff position is. So, unless this ball hits the ground or something goes crazy, we should have the ball at midfield or better.
Because 6 seconds remain here in the third quarter. And they will kick it off. Will Braden Smith.
Braden Smith to kick off from the 20 from Magnolia West. Back deep for Smithson Valley. Number 4, Jackson Duffy. And number 7.
And here's the kick. End over end kick. Fielded at the 20. It's got some room. It's Duffy, but he's ushered out of bounds across the 40-yard line. Had some room and then kind of got pushed to the sideline.
Yeah, got through the initial tunnel, if you will, and then there was the last guy who really did a good job. It's that safety that came in, Jonathan Blanchard, for them, number 16, did a good job of pressing and forcing him out of bounds. And so good field position for the Rangers, but pretty decent coverage. I would have bet that we'd have got that ball at midfield or better, but we'll definitely take it after starting the last 3 drives inside the 15-yard line. We'll definitely take it at the 41, 42-yard line.
That is the end of the third quarter. We'll keep it here. Is now at the 42. You've had points come off of the defense. Now your offense, you probably think, has got to do something here.
Yeah, and I think they got something going last drive, with those big runs by Sowersby. They just kind of got behind the chains a little bit. And so you would anticipate maybe airing it out a little bit, maybe open up that run game, some short passes. The hitch has been good all night, that little wide receiver screen. So, with a two possession lead in the fourth quarter, we're going to run the ball for sure, but we'll take our shots with our passing game as well.
Straight up to Spradley, and he's through the initial line of scrimmage, and first down yardage to their territory at the 45. He just kind of kept down low and just kind of wiggled his way real tightly through and gets a 13-yard run.
Yeah, and much like what we talked about with Georgetown last week, they're finicky on the defensive side, showing a lot of fronts, bringing a lot of slants, a lot of twists, a lot of blitzes, and so at times it can make you look bad like they did for 2 plays in a row in the last drive, tackles for losses. But then at the same time, if you're able to crease that first level, then you're liable to get an explosive play, and that's what we did that time, getting past that initial burst.
5-man front. We move the H-back over to the right, then give it to Spradley going that way. He knifes inside and falls forward. There comes somebody's helmet.
Yeah, that's Dornberg's helmet. That's the third guy of ours that has lost his helmet. And, again, we're asking, they're not falling off on their own here, so he'll have to come out for a play. But it looks like our center might have gotten rolled up there. Gavin Garcia, he's on the ground. I think at the end of that run, somebody might have fallen on the back of his legs, and so hopefully he's okay. But I'll tell you what, he's been an anchor for us up front in the middle of the line. Gavin Garcia, he's been a stud all year, so hopefully.
Didn't he get kind of nicked up earlier in the year? Or was
yeah, that's what
happens when you play center.
Being in the trenches, you're always a little bit banged up. You always got bumps and bruises. Those guys are in, obviously, a dogfight every single snap. But Gavin has been played very well at a center position all year, so hopefully he's okay. You got trainers out there, BZ, looking at him. Hopefully he just gets rolled up and he'll be okay.
So with Gavin Garcia down on the field, we'll take a timeout. This is the Rangers Network. And Miller makes his way off the field with some assistance. So we'll have, is that Parker Miller coming in to be his backup?
Yeah, Miller's coming in for Garcia at center, and Gavin is limping to the sideline. So, again, he'll go in the tent with BZ. Hopefully he's okay because, like I said, he's been a stud for us all year up front, anchoring that offensive line. So Junior Miller will come in for him at the center position and hopefully won't miss a beat.
Receiver either way, tight end on the near side. H-back moves. We fake it to Spradley, now on the roll. A stop route. Day comes back, makes the catch inside the 30. They try to wrestle the ball away from him, but he doesn't let it go. They'll spot him up at the 27, and that's a first down pass.
Again, it's that deep hook route like we've been like they've run so often this year. They got a couple plays off of it, just enough to keep the defense honest. We have a stutter and go, and then a couple times he'll break it off and run that post. Just enough to keep them honest. But that's our favorite play as far as the outside singled-up receiver shot down the field. And it's a ball that Ryland throws very well, on time, deep throw. Great job by Day coming back to the football on a big first down.
So on 1st and 10 from the 27. Spradling again has a hole up the middle, bounces off a couple of defenders, stays on his feet inside the 15, falls down to the 10, and it's another Ranger first down as Cade Spradling continues to be the dominant running back he's been.
Yeah, Spradling doing his thing, but again, up front, I think those guys are starting to figure out all the different things that Magnolia West has given them. We've talked about it a number of times. They're jumping in and out of a 4-down to a 3-down front, bringing linebackers, twisting guys, slanting the D front. And the O-line's doing a good job right now picking up on it, and they're kind of imposing their will a little bit, moving the line of scrimmage.
Preston Baker just had an interesting conversation with our referee, Randy Wall. Not real sure what that was about, but they both ended up laughing at it. So it's first. Spradling caught in the backfield, falls forward to the line of scrimmage. So still now 2nd and goal.
Yeah, that was a miscommunication there up front. There's a lot of teams that do a lot of read game. And some even crazy enough to read the 1 technique or the 3 technique. We are not one of those teams, and so I know that was not by design that we let the nose guard go completely unblocked. Not sure whether that was the center that went the wrong way or the guard, but that's the guy who ended up making the play in the backfield was an unblocked D lineman, and so some miscommunication up front.
I think that was Freund that tried to come in, but he goes back out before he gets on the field.
Yeah, we're going to have to take a timeout. Play clock running down.
Yeah. So with just over 9 minutes to go, it's 17-3. Rangers on top. We'll stay here as the Rangers use their second timeout of the second half. This is important. 20-3 is okay, but 24-3 sounds a whole lot better, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure, and I think that's why Coach Hill took a timeout there after that negative play on first down. He knows how important it is to pay off. The defensive side's good start here in the second half and having our best field position of the second half. So he knows how important this drive is and would love to, like you said, get 7 out of it instead of just 3. And so he took a timeout there, make sure everybody's on the same page after that negative play on first down, and hopefully get this ball into the end zone. But again, making sure that we've got the play calls and taking care of the football to where, at worst, we're having a field goal attempt and not turning the ball over inside the red zone, which we've been outstanding at the entire year, as you could tell from our turnover margin. What are we, plus 24, 25, something
23
like that?
23 coming in. So what we got?
We got 1 fumble tonight.
So 24.
Yep. All right.
All right,
compressed
so
set. This is where we
second,
like to run reverses and stuff out of. We'll see
second
if we
and
do
goal
it.
from the 11. Fake it to Spradley. Ryland's got a man open.
Oh.
It's Baker, and
Oh, he was wide open. Ryland had to throw it over the top. Magnolia West gambled, and the guy that was supposed to be covering
was blitzing.
Baker was blitzing off of the edge and forced Ryland to have to pull up early and get it over the top.
He threw it right over the top of him, and that.
Yeah,
made
he
it,
had to throw it that high, or
Yeah.
it was going to get batted down.
Yeah.
And, if he's able to hang on to that ball, it's a walk into the end zone. Unfortunately, it goes off his hands.
So now third and goal from the 11. See what we can dial up now is fakes a throw. Spradling takes the handoff on a delay. They're all around the handoff.
That was close. That one guy that got penetration wrapped Spradling up pretty early. It was that draw play. If he's able to get away from that guy, all the linebackers had hauled Booty out of the box to defend the pass. I think if he's able to get through that one penetration right there, he might have scored. But nonetheless, field goal attempt, 33-yarder.
So from the 17, it's a 27-yarder. You got 5 yards problems here tonight, haven't you?
You complimented my math earlier and shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Kick is up. It looks good, and it is good. So Clayton Amaya with another field goal. This one from 27 that's good. And the Rangers go up 20-3. So we talked about that before. 24 is better, but 20-3 is okay because now you're more than 2 touchdowns up.
Yeah, it's still a 3-possession ball game, but obviously 24-3, it's a 3-touchdown ball game. And so the way the defense is playing, in the end of the fourth quarter here, you still like our chances. Any points that you can get to extend the lead is a good thing. But again, that's something as we move forward in the playoffs, hopefully closing out this game, and if we are able to move forward in the playoffs, something that we're really going to have to focus on is finishing off those drives when we get opportunities. I think that's the second or third time we've gotten inside the red zone and come away with 2 field goals out of it. So something that we're going to be focusing on if we're fortunate enough to advance into the later rounds. Speaking of, do some score check here and see how some games are going about potential future matchups.
Yes, indeed. The good thing is our defense is still basically throwing a shutout after an opening field goal from 40 yards on the opening possession that was, less than 4 minutes into the game. They kicked a field goal, and they haven't really sniffed the end zone since then.
Yeah, defense has done a great job, and again,
Amaya's
all year,
kickoff goes through the end
Magnolia
zone.
West, their calling card on offense has been explosive passes down the field. They have over 80. I was talking to the defensive coach. They have over 80 explosive plays, which means passing plays of over 18 yards. They have over 80 on the year. So it was obvious the Ranger game plan on defense was keep everything in front, don't give up the explosive plays, make them go on long drives and run the football. And so far it's been paying off. I don't think that they've had an explosive pass yet, knock on wood, because they can score at any time. So got to continue to keep doing what we're doing.
No doubt about it. So it's 1st and 10 from the 25. Broadway to throw over the top, looking for and completing it to Gus Jordan, one of his receivers that hasn't done much tonight, but he makes a big catch there for about 20 yards.
Jinxed it. Gosh dang it. That's my fault.
Yeah, you shouldn't have really said that.
Yeah, that's
but
my fault.
One of the things.
Great throw there on the corner route, though, by their quarterback.
Yeah.
Dropped it right in the bucket, so not a whole lot you could do about that. Great throw, great catch.
So 1st and 10, they fake the handoff. We got pressure, but we've given him the middle of the field, and he slides down at the 47. That'll be a gain of 3.
Yeah, good coverage down the field. They wanted to take another shot. You could tell they're starting to deviate from their game plan of taking what the defense gives you. They're in kind of desperation mode, down 3 scores with under 8 minutes left in the ball game, so they're going to try to push the ball up the field. So I'd anticipate maybe Coach Worsty bringing some stunts and maybe some blitzes, get pressure on the quarterback.
Maynard's threatening one right over the top of the center, and he comes straight up the middle. The running back gets enough of him. The pass is completed near sideline, and that is the other receiver, Chase Lott, a senior at 5'10 and 154. That is good for a first down at the Ranger 38.
Yeah, Maynard came on a Mike blitz. Good job by the back picking it up. He almost got there, but a good job by the quarterback, Broadway, stepping into his throw with pressure in his face and delivering a good ball.
So 4-man rush. He'll throw again. Has time. Their offensive line doing better. The receiver that time bumped a little bit, but Miller had every much of a right to run that route, as did the receiver. Looks like that's Cameron Ivey.
Yeah, good job by Miller staying over the top. And like you mentioned, he's running the track too, trying to track down that ball. So if there is some contact, if he's looking up at the ball trying to track it, he has every right to it. So great coverage by him staying on top and forcing the incompletion.
Parker Robinson actually was the intended receiver, just a sophomore. He's throwing again. We bring a blitz. He gets through it. One man, he gets by Dudzikowski, then gets by another player, and he goes in. That was Spradling. He got by two of our linebackers, ended up going down at the 23-yard line. Did the ball come loose? I didn't see.
No, ball didn't come loose. It was a good job by him. Again, we got pressure, lost contain. He stepped up in the pocket, and then he was a lot of space in the open field. Made Dudzikowski miss and picked up a big first down there. So we're getting pressure, but we're not necessarily containing and getting home.
So a nice gain makes it 1st and 10 from the Ranger 23. Game clock at 7 minutes and running. 2-by-2 receivers again. Pressure. We get to him this time, and we're not letting go. Great job by the Rangers of getting in there.
Was that Goss?
I think so.
That was Goss.
So a loss of...
Maybe Hack. I don't know. Hold on, let me see the replay. If they got one on the big board or not, but
they might have already done it. No,
yeah, we got a few guys that were given pressure and made him chase, and I think it was either Hack or Goss that ended up getting the sack. But a big time sack there, drop him way back, setting up a 2nd and 20.
So we twist on the line. His pass is completed right here in front of us on the near sideline. Spradling with the tackle, and that is Chase Lott again.
Yeah, a secondary backpedaling, keeping everything in front of him. That time ran a hook route by the inside receiver. Dablo's fine with that, letting him break down in front of him. Good pursuit by Spradling from inside out, making the tackle there. Picked up some yardage, but still didn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 11. And you got to think this is 4-down territory for him, down 3 scores.
3rd and 11, and some of them acted a little winded there. So straight drop back, 4-man pressure. He's got a man across the middle, and he's got a touchdown pass.
Yeah, it was a good throw. We had underneath coverage with Dudzikowski, and he threw it right over the top of his head. Really good ball by the quarterback for the Mustangs to get into the end zone for the first time tonight.
That looked like the aforementioned Cameron Ivey with the touchdown reception that makes it 20-9. Well, Chains haven't. What do we got?
Penalty way back here on the 35-yard line.
We do. Let's see. So they get a personal foul at the end of that play.
We do.
We did.
Yeah, they're going to call it on Maynard on a late hit on the quarterback. I guess he hit the quarterback after he threw it, so they'll get 15 yards on the kickoff.
On the kickoff.
Which you would think that they were going to maybe try an onside anyways, but now I think they'll definitely do it because with the extra 15 yards, even if you don't get it, you're still not giving them great field position. So if they were thinking about maybe doing an onside kick, they're definitely going to now after the 15-yarder.
So the extra point is up, and it's good. It's 20-10 with 5:34 to go in this one. So with all that's said and done, we've got to take some time off the clock and put a drive together right here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's still a 2-possession ball game. First and foremost, we got to recover this onside kick. They're going to be kicking off from our 45-yard line. And so it's definitely going to be an onside kick. We got our hands team ready over there. So if we do field it, it won't be as good a field position as what you would normally get on an attempted onside kick. We should get it around, the 35, 30-yard line there. So first and foremost, we got to get that. And then, we got to string together a couple first downs and take up most of this clock, even if we don't get, any points on the board. Got to make them use up those timeouts or eat a big chunk of this clock that's remaining with 5 minutes and 34 seconds left.
So let's see, from the from our 45, they've got what appears to be their hands unit, especially down on this side. Ball is in the middle of the field.
He's getting a deep drop. Well, he's got the no tee, ball laying sideways on the ground, so he's going to try to kick the end of the ball and have a little helicopter.
Right. Yeah.
One that bounces really weird.
He does, and it goes, oh my gosh, it's loose, and I'm not so sure they didn't get it. I think they did. Duffy was there, along with Dudzikowski, and it took a funny hop at the end. Let's look at the replay. Took a funny hop at the end.
Yeah, it was a really good kick, and
one of our guys was going to block somebody, and I think it might have hit his leg.
Yeah, and again, it was one of those ones where it wasn't obvious which side he was going to based off of his alignment. He was directly behind the ball, and so it's not like we could overload one side because it was obvious which way he was kicking.
Right.
And it was a perfectly executed onside kick, and so they got the ball back at the 39-yard line with only 5.5 minutes left, only down 10.
So here they go, first down from the Ranger 34. Broadway. We got some pressure late. We hit him late. The ball's up in the air, and it's caught. They've got another touchdown. That's Gus Jordan. And a 34-yard touchdown pass.
And they're going to go for 2.
So they don't have a kicker coming on.
Yeah, they might line up in that swinging gate.
No, they do have a kicker.
They do?
And the holder.
Okay, there we go.
So it's 20-16 right now with the extra point to come. Kick is up, and it's good. So that is our score, 20-17. 5:25 to go in the game. That's something that they make a one-play drive after recovering the onside kick deep in Ranger territory.
Yeah, they scored 14 points in less than a minute.
Right.
To get right back into this ball game. And now, because they scored so quick on those two with all 3 timeouts, there's really no need for them to kick an onside kick again. The Rangers will probably have some guys up on the line just in case. But we should be able to tell pretty quick whether or not it's going to be, or whether they have a tee out there or not.
Sure.
But yeah, now it's a dogfight now, and so only up 3, 5.5 minutes left. They got all 3 timeouts, so that Ranger offense is going to have to put a drive together and get some first downs here.
And they've got all the momentum that they have been able to seize so far. They've got a lot of it right now. They're even on their sides of the kicker. Smith will take a short run to the ball as they'll spread out their coverage unit. Rangers got about 9 guys inside of 20 yards. The kick has kind of popped up, fielded at the 24, through the first line, and a good gain out to, by Day, out to the 37-yard line. So Rangers have possession now and need a first down. Or 3, or 4.
Or a touchdown.
Or a touchdown.
That'll work too. Yeah, so I think it's time that, this is kind of something that coaches talk about all the time. Hey, late in the game, you have the lead. You're trying to impose your will, little Powder River type football, downhill, running, make the passes, the completions that you need to, keep that clock running. And so, Ranger offense needs to go out and get a couple first downs here.
7 guys on the line right now. Rangers will run it with Spradley. He gets strung out and is stopped at the line of scrimmage, so no gain. But they're putting everybody at the line of scrimmage right now.
Yeah, they are, and they're going to let the clock run a little bit here. They got plenty of time with their 3 timeouts, and so, obviously you want to take some time off the clock, but number one priority is getting a couple first downs.
Yeah.
So I think at some point we gotta trust and put the ball in the air and see if Duffy or Day or one of those guys can pick up a big first down for us.
Duffy and Day are the receivers. Baker's the tight end. Dornberg's the fullback. Walker, the quarterback, has both receivers near side. Fakes the handoff, throws it to the edge. A great catch is made, and out in the open is Brody Day. That's a big first down for the Rangers as they get into Mustang territory at the, looks like the 37-yard lines where they're going to mark him. So from 37 to 37, a big pass for the Rangers.
Yeah, and their cornerback, number 5, took a huge gamble. He was going to try to be the hero there. He undercut it. Good job by Ryland seeing it, putting some air over the top of it to drop it over him. Big catch by Day for a first down. But, yeah, their corner took a big gamble trying to undercut, and he was going to try to take the lead right there with a pick 6. So, big first down.
Big first down for the Rangers. Game clock now at 4:27 and on the move. Spradling straight up the middle, runs into somebody, starts to run over him, then he gets help. So a gain of about 5 to the 32.
Yeah, good downhill run. Got all the way to a linebacker, well blocked up front. Got all the way to a linebacker. Great gain on first down when everybody in the building knows you're probably running the ball, and you're still able to pick up 5 yards with smash mouth football. Spradling running hard. That's what we need right there. Need a couple more of those and go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
Clock will go under 3:50 before after the ball snap. Play clock still at 10. Receiver either way. Walker to Spradling. Up the middle he goes. Gets to the 30 or the 20, 29, not the 28. Needs the 27 for a first down. So a gain of 3. It'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, and you can pretty much guarantee that Magnolia West is going to sell out to try to stop this run and put the Rangers in a iffy fourth down here. A little too far for field goal, but so they're gonna bring some people, and if we can block it up front, there's a chance for a big gain if we can increase the initial line of scrimmage.
They've got a 5-man run, and they're walking a safety up. He came all the way up to the line of scrimmage, so a 7-man front right now. Spradling up the middle, first down yardage as he gets inside the 27. That's a first down. I hope they gave it to him because his body was past the line of scrimmage, or past the marker.
Yeah, it's going to depend on the spot. He was right there, and I think they're calling it a first down.
This guy on the near sideline gave us a much worse spot than the one on our side did. I
don't understand the ball.
How did we not? Oh, then we lost a half a yard on the spot there.
Yeah, I don't know how.
So, in any event, the game clock's under 2:45, and it's 4th and short. Walker will run to the sidelines. Play clock still at 30. Gets told by Coach Hill what to run and goes right back to it. So the Rangers will go for it on 4th down. The game clock now under 2.5 minutes to play. Play clock still lots of time, so no need to hurry, but you can't keep them offensive linemen down too long. So he snaps, turns around, says something to Spradling. Claps again. Spradling, there he goes, first down yardage. Rangers have another first down.
Yeah, and that was big. Not only, obviously, on 4th down, that's a huge play, but now you're going to force them, with the clock about to go under 2 minutes, you're going to force them to use their timeouts. I would expect 3 runs here, maybe a high percentage throw if it's there, but they're not using a timeout right now, so I think Coach Hill
I'm really surprised.
Yeah, they're going to bleed this thing down as long as they can. And then I'm guessing they're saving their 3 timeouts for after 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. So at the very least, you're making them use all 3 of their timeouts with that pickup of a first down.
They really should have used one there. Spradling again, coming near side, cuts it up, gets about a yard.
They use the timeout. And again, most important thing that the coaches will be talking to the players in the huddle right now is 2 things. Obviously, first thing is they're going to be trying to rip that football out. So make sure you keep 2 hands on the football, don't have a turnover. And then second thing is don't run out of bounds. Don't help them out and let them save one of those timeouts there. Worst case scenario here, we maybe have a field goal attempt and they have no timeouts left. So take care of the football and don't run out of bounds.
Will you try for a field goal here? With just all that's happened tonight, is that worth the risk of going up 6?
I think so. I mean, I think that you trust your field goal unit. They've been phenomenal all year. That's the first time we've had one blocked, and the last 2 times it's looked good. So I think you work on it all the time, and so you're going to put your faith in those guys. And although it only puts you up 6 points. At least a field goal doesn't send you into overtime. And
Right.
and again, I think it depends on the situation. If it's 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, and you have the decision, hey, let's end the ball game right now by getting a first down, I think you may do that. But if it's a 4th and 4, 4th and 5 type situation, I think it's worth it.
Again, starting center Gavin Garcia went out earlier in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, Rangers playing a little banged up right now with Gavin going out, and obviously Freddie and Freund and those guys not able to play tonight. But those guys that are in there, they're fighting hard, and see if we can cap this thing off.
Duffy and Day on either side of the offensive line. Dornberg, the fullback. Spradling straight ahead, gets wrestled down after a short gain and another timeout.
Yeah, they're bringing everybody. I think they had 7 guys on the line of scrimmage, bringing everybody, just more hats than we can block. And again, like you've seen a couple times, if you're able to penetrate that initial front line, then you're going to have an explosive play and pick up that first down because of the gamble that the defense is doing right there. But again, so we got a 3rd and 8. West only has 1 timeout left, so you would imagine they would use it after this play, assuming that it's not an incomplete pass. And so interesting what the Rangers are going to do here, because guarantee you Coach Hill, his top priority is making them use their last timeout, obviously. But you would love to either get a first down is top priority, but you would love to make this a 4th and manageable to where you think about going for it and seeing if you could end the game by converting on a 4th down and not even giving their offense a chance to come out on the field.
As a football coach, you've run between the tackles now a couple of times without much success. Are you more concerned about going outside and getting a tackle for loss, or?
Yeah, I think right now, again, because they're bringing everybody, I think anything that you do that can increase that first level of defense is going to get you a first down. I think so. And so stretch has been their best play all year, the outside zone. So why not go to the well one more time and see if it can win the game for you?
Play clock's at 15. We snap it. Ryland's going to throw.
Run it.
Now he's going to run it. He's going to get a first down.
Yes, game
over. As he gets past the 15-yard line, the Rangers have a first down, and that will probably put an end to this one, as the Rangers will go 1st and 10 on a nice quarterback run.
What a decision by Ryland. They called a naked bootleg, and I guarantee you coaches were talking during that timeout, hey, if it's wide open, give it to him. If not, but if you have a chance to run the ball and take the chance of an incompletion completely out of it, you go ahead and do that. And he saw it open up. They had pretty good coverage on it, and he ducked it down, knew exactly where the first down yard line was, and he did not slide. He made sure he went head first so they could not mark him way back there.
Right.
And just an outstanding first down there. Rangers let the clock go all the way down, and then they take a 1-second timeout, their last one. Magnolia West still has 1 timeout, but
but that
doesn't matter.
Irrelevant with 48 seconds left.
Right. We take a knee right here.
Take a knee.
Even if they use their last timeout,
they can't do it another time.
Correct. So this, barring something crazy,
that
should do it. But again, we've seen some crazy tonight.
We have seen some crazy tonight.
It was 20-3 with 5 minutes left in the game. So credit to Magnolia West for battling, getting a touchdown and having an outstanding onside kick and then scoring right off the bat. They fought till the very end, and obviously it's still not over. Anything can happen. But again, Rangers coming through when you had to have a couple first downs. All the momentum's on their side. The big pass from Ryland today, the big 4th down conversion by Spradling, and then the big 3rd down run by Ryland there to what should cap the game is what you love to see in playoff football. When you have a chance to end the game, you do it and don't even allow their offense a chance to go down and have a miracle.
It's funny the way they were running out when we started this drive. They were all hopping and everything, and we came out of our huddle hopping up and down. As we know, as we take a knee, and they're not going to call their timeout. So the clock won't run out. We'll have to take it one more time.
And I just want to point out how gutsy of a call that 3rd down call was, because you know what I mean? If we roll out there and we throw the ball and it's incomplete,
right,
now they still have a timeout left. It's 4th down, and they have time to go down with the timeout. So gutsy play call there, trusting your guys to execute.
But they had to tell Ryland if you see a lane, it's yours to take.
For sure, but at the same time,
he has to do it.
If that fullback was open in the flats, he was going to throw it to him. You know what I mean? And so,
and he takes a knee on second down, and that will be an end of this game, and the Rangers will advance to next weekend's third round.
That's playoff football right there, and that was a gutsy playoff win. And hats off to a hard-fought Magnolia West team. They battled all the way until the very end. They had a heck of a season.
They did.
So hats off to them, but congratulations to the Rangers. We'll take what we can get, survive in advance, and we'll see you in round 3.
Unbelievable. The quality of team that they ended up being in the second half. We didn't think they were going to be like that, and then look what they did in the last 5 minutes of the game. Well, in about a minute span of the last 5.5 minutes of the game with back-to-back touchdown passes. And the Rangers win it. They advance. Do we know who we're going to play next weekend?
I'm trying to look it up right now. We have the winner of College Station and Magnolia High. It was a pretty tight ball game last time I checked, so let me see real quick before we go off the air.
I'll let you check.
What the app says. Looks like, where is it at? Don't fail me now, app.
I know you'll find it.
There it is. College Station is winning 38-21 with 6 minutes left in the fourth. So they're up 3 possessions with 6 minutes. So barring a big comeback by Magnolia, we'll have a rematch with College Station next week. Where, we don't know. We don't know, but
follow the Ranger Network and you'll know.
You'll know.
Thanksgiving weekend coming up.
Thanksgiving weekend. It's always good to be playing football during Thanksgiving break.
Yes, it is. So for Brian Hill and all of our camera people that did a great job tonight, for Carl sitting in for Bo next to us, this is Tony Brubaker saying good night and God bless. And guns up for the Rangers. 20-17 they win over Magnolia West.